Yeah, I think it started with our defense. You know, we got a lot of stops towards the end of the half, which allowed us to push it out in transition, get downhill, and attack them when their defense wasn't set.
What in particular do you think led to that success defensively?
I think really locking in more so on helping each other out on defense and not hugging our man as much. You know, going into the game, we really wanted to be in the gaps and um, make them make tough shots, and we weren't doing that at the start of the first half.
What was maybe that, I don't want to call it struggles, maybe you guys might call it struggles, I don't know what you want to call it, that first half, what maybe they did that made it difficult for you guys?
I wouldn't say it was necessarily difficult. I think it was just a matter of just getting those stops. Like they were making shots, and that's going to happen. But we do have to find a way to get a stop and kind of just shut that off, so we can run in a transition like we did the second half.
Titan, when it comes to getting in transition like you guys did in the second half, it seems like that can be a risky game to play sometimes, whether or not to pull it back or to try to finish at the basket. Like, what do you think is important for this team to be successful? You know, when it comes to that decision making in the fast break.
To not think twice, just go. I mean, we play at our best when we're in transition and when we run and when we're confident. So not even second guessing whether it's going to be a tough shot or if we're going to get something good on the in transition, because we know that we're capable of getting in transition.
Jacob, it seemed like when you had the ball in your hands in the first half, you were able to score frequently, but then to start the second half, it seemed like your volume of touches was a little bit greater. Was that something you guys talked about at halftime, or did that just kind of happen, getting the ball a little bit more there in the second half?
Yeah, I'd say it just happened within the flow of the game. You know, my teammates were getting me in good spots, so it allowed me to have a little bit easier second half.
So I think this is the third straight game where you guys have went on a massive run like that. Is that the part of the home crowd getting behind you? What is that? You know, three straight games where I think your run tonight was 34-6 at one point. You trailed by 9 in the first half, and then you went on 34-6 run. Is that what? Is it just poise and then getting in a rhythm?
Yeah, I would say a little bit of finding a rhythm, and also we have an amazing home crowd. I mean, they get going once we put on a show. So we just want to keep on bringing energy, and we're at our best when we bring that energy and when they bring energy. So for sure, the crowd plays a big part.
Titan, I haven't spoke to you guys since the Washington State game. What was kind of the takeaway out of that experience that you guys were, putting forth today to get this result?
I mean, we'll never play a half like we did in that first one. So, I mean, just moving past that, looking to on ways that we can improve, and I felt like today we responded just like we did in that other game as well. So, it's the way we respond every time.
Seems like Max Weisbrod is really starting to get comfortable. Is that something that you guys have taken a notice of? Because he's been good all season, but just for what it's worth, my eyes seem to tell me that Max is kind of leveling up here. What do you see?
Yeah, I'm seeing somebody that we brought in because we know he's a great player, and we brought him in here to score and to defend and be a part of something special. So I mean, he's coming into his own, and I would say he's playing great right now, and he's just got to keep his focus and and just keep on getting reps up.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
get to your couch and get the NFL game on.
When you're a Bears fan, you're watching more college
Oh,
basketball.
I forgot. You're a Bears guy. All right, go ahead. Thanks for being here. Obviously, it's the holidays for everybody in this world, right? I know you guys miss a lot of them. Thanks for being here.
What did you think about the 13-0 run to end the first half? Because they were making shots on you. It looked like it was just going to be a valley fist fight.
Yep.
And then you guys were able to start getting that separation. What did you see in that stretch?
Yeah, the lineup. I thought it was either the most important thing that happened today, or tied with the way we attacked in the second half and got to the rim in transition and got to the ball up on the backboard, followed up, tipped it in. That stretch when we got up 18 and then eventually 25, like the way we attacked with the guy shooting it, but also guys following those up like that. Those two things, okay, and I'm getting to your question. The lineup, I thought Reddick, Max, Will, and KP, he wasn't in there. He was in there 5 or 6 minutes, then he got hit in the head. But I thought the 4 players on the bench, that was the difference in the first half, and maybe the difference in the game. It got us to that run. I'm not sure if they were in going down. I think Reddick was in going down the stretch of the first half, so I'm not sure Maxey if he was, but they were in there together for a good 5, 6, 7 minutes. I mean, the longest stretch that they've been in there together, right? And because we weren't sharp enough, right? We weren't active enough, we weren't talking enough, like it wasn't happening, right? And you could feel some of that, right? Reddick's got some of that by nature, like he wants to get out there and guard, like he can feel it, like, and so I thought that stretch again was either the most important or tied with just the way we attacked so hard in that second half in transition. But the bench group was key, because otherwise you're down. Look, otherwise you're behind. Otherwise we're down 5 or 6 at half, right? Because they got an offensive rebound on a free throw. We threw the ball. They pressured us, and give them credit. They denied some passes. We threw it out of bounds. Like they were going to be up 6, 7, 8 points at halftime. I think if not for that bench group and that stretch that they had.
It seemed like when you guys started to extend that run in the second half, the offense really started to get into the open floor with some fast break points. That can go both ways pretty quick. That fast break stuff. It seems
Oh, yeah.
penthouse outhouse.
Yep.
Like, what have you noticed from your guys? And it seems like making pretty consistent good decisions on when and when not to.
Yeah, our skill level, Huddy, and he could bring it, an occasional time as we go forward, right? He may bring it once or twice, but outside of Huddy and Will could dribble it down, and if he gets the right rebound, he could dribble it down a little bit. But outside of those two guys, of the guys that are playing right now, they can all bring it. Like we saw Ty, right? Ty gets going and he's fast enough, and he's able to get himself between guys and get to the rim when people are trying to run back. So having a number of guys that can bring it. So Trey, of course, Ben can, Leon can, Ty can. So you've got 4 players in the starting lineup that can bring it. So then it goes back to your half-court defense. You finally got some stops, consistently. Right? You got a second stop in a row, a third stop in a row. I don't know how far it went, but it felt like you got to 3 or 4 a couple times, in that stretch, because that puts us right into the open court. And then having multiple guys that can drive it. Where we have gotten better is really attacking, right? There was for a while the guys were doing too good of job in the way of trying to pass it to somebody. Right? There wasn't anybody that stopped them, and they're still trying to find teammates because it's a strength, I think, of what we do is their unselfishness. Right now, the guy with the ball is really attacking. And he's going to attack until somebody stops him, right? And even though a couple of those shots, the layups were hard shots, there's 2 or 3 guys there that are trying to defend it. And then here comes Leon, or here comes Ty, or here comes somebody to tip it in, because 3 guys had to guard the guy who really attacked the basket.
20 points for Jacob Hudson. It just seemed like more times than not, when he got the ball in his hands, good things were happening.
Yeah.
Whether it's specific to this game or you think maybe just more broadly, like he just seems to be playing really good basketball.
Yeah, he is. Working really hard. We got a shoot around from 8 to 9 this morning, and I got in here and he had a full sweat. So I don't know all of what he did from 7:15 to 7:45, but he's in a full sweat. So he wants it. Right? He wants it. He's going to work at it. Right? And that's number one. Right? Number two, he's that of course has allowed him to get better. Right? So it's the way he seals, his footwork, his balance, the way he seals, catching in traffic, that's gotten better. Right? And then the next piece would be the execution of things. Our execution of plays is better. Right? Our screening is better. Our understanding is getting better. Like, was there maybe 4 or 5 of them where he had to work really hard. It looked simple, right? Where it just went boom to the top and we threw it to him, he laid it in. Like, it looked simple, but he had to do a ton of work before that. But the understanding and the execution right now by the 5 players on the floor, that's gotten a lot better, and that helps. When you're able to his big body and get guys on the side and have a pass go right to where he's going to catch it, turn, and lay it in or dunk it. There's a lot goes into it, but those are so valuable. Those points are so hard to get, and we were able to get some of those today.
We talked about this a lot. Where's Kale at?
Yeah, it's being stubborn. The knee, it just is. So he's working his tail off. Everything he can do, and Bish is with him all the time, all the way throughout the day, and so it's been a little frustrating, mostly for Kale, because he's doing everything that he can do, everything he's supposed to do, and he had a really good day 2 or 3 days ago. He felt really good. The next day he was a little bit sore, right? Or he had a good kind of 40-minute of a workout either 1 or 2 days ago, and then right at the end of it, he did something and he kind of felt it just a little bit again. Like it's being really stubborn. Right? The strength, he told me today, the strength, he feels like the leg is strong, so he feels good strength-wise, but he's still getting a little bit of pain from time to time, and so we got to just, you don't like it, but we have to keep taking our time. We got to get to the point where he isn't having pain on some of those sharper movements. He gets them when he's sliding real hard and having to stop and then start again. Like that movement, that happens a lot, right? When you're playing, it's going to happen. When you're defending, when you're cutting, like it's just not ready for that yet. So he will. It's frustrating, but man, you got to keep your head up, man. It's hard. Like it's right. It's been now we're in the Valley play, and you miss November, December, like so frustrating. Right? But he will. He'll positive, and he'll keep working at it. Hopefully, that pain goes away.
As a result of Kale's injury, Max has seen some ample playing time, and it just seems to me. I mean, he scored 10 tonight. I think maybe that's his first double-digit game this season. But beyond the box score, it just seems like he's turning the corner.
Yeah, for sure. In all of it, defensively, we saw him cut some guys off, made some real good plays, and cut some guys off, take them in the chest. And look, it takes some time. Right? It did different for everybody. Like think about Huddy last year, right? And Huddy was a starter and a full-time guy, and it still took till about mid-January till we saw him really get a bounce in his step and his confidence and like an understanding of what we're trying to get done and being comfortable with the responsibility he had. Like, and he was a starter and playing all the time. Like Max has been in a coming off the bench, and his minutes have been kind of hit and miss. So he's starting to get more comfortable. He's a good basketball player. He's that guy you're picking teams down at the Y. He's getting picked early. Like he's a good basketball player. Right? We just got to keep getting him out there, and we got to he's got to keep working his tail off. He can do a couple things just in the way of getting in a little bit of shape and really studying the playbook. Like there's a couple things he needs to be doing. And he and I have talked about that. But he's a good basketball player.
What do you like most about this team right now? I think you guys have won 5 of your last 6, and you have a bad half in Vegas against Washington State.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean,
Yeah.
how about this last run 6?
Yeah, I tell you the thing I like the most is the way the feel around the team. Like they really look out for each other. They really pass the ball well to each other. Right? Ty's doubled down here, and he just waits and waits and waits. And it's not that not a situation where he could have got a shot off. Right? He was doubled hard. Right? But he waits and waits and waits. Leon cuts to the basket. Right? Knowing that he's probably not getting it. His cut is to draw the defender so that Ben can shoot it. Right? Like those things. Leon making that cut. That's the feel around the team. And that shows up in different ways, like, and all over the place, right? But those things, that mentality, mindset, that is really good with this team. Good? Yeah, thank you.